We often don't think about it, but if you take a look at the world, just look around. Look at all this crazy stuff that humanity has built. Everything that we see in our stores, the stores themselves, our houses, the roads, the vehicles, the technology, everything around you came from someone's mind. They had this idea and they chose to create it. They crafted it out of the minerals and the raw resources of the earth itself. So quite literally, you could say that humans create prosperity out of scarcity. We have the ability to leverage our minds and create capital in many different forms to leverage that and create more time and space in order for us to grow and develop even further. So it's kind of weird in the world that we live in right now, right? You have people that can afford this like crazy technology we have. Everyone around the world has a cell phone now. Even in just third world countries, people have cell phones. And in better places like the United States, there's people that have all this nice tech. They have their phones and their computers and their TVs and all these cool things, and yet they're living in this garbage house that's like falling apart. Why is there like such this weird contrast between all this basically abundance and prosperity around us, and yet our living standards and our quality of life seem to be going down? Now, you don't have to be like an economic master to understand what's going on. There's just a few concepts that you need to understand. We use government-issued currency as our money. It's fiat currency. And over time, that always expands. So that means it's always getting devalued over time, which means prices rise. Looking at history, it's important to understand that there is not one fiat currency that has ever survived for a long amount of time. They've all gone to zero. But because the money is always being devalued, people that have money, investors and other people that just hold wealth, they are looking for a way to preserve their money. So they're putting it into things. They're putting it into real estate and other scarce assets, which then balloons the price of those scarce things. And then, the middle and lower class end up paying the cost for that because they're using it as a store of value. They're using it as money. Another key point to know is that our money is just a measuring stick. It's how we reference value in the economy. If you're using fiat currency, your measuring stick is always shrinking over time. But if you use a scarce, finite form of money like Bitcoin, the ruler of measurement is always growing over time. So you're always going to be able to purchase more with your original Bitcoin in the future, rather than much less like you can with fiat. If you're not sure where to get started with Bitcoin, go ahead and check out my free guide that I've dropped. You can find the link to it in the bio of my channel.